Hey, business besties. This is Coach Rose, and I am just here to tell you about how I schedule out my days. When I feel like I am just all over the place and I need to reset, start over, I go back to the basics. And for me, planning and organizing is my thing, baby. I can plan and organize things to that T. Okay? But let's just get into it. So we are going to plan a new schedule so we can get back into focus, right? It's mid-year and we need to restart, right? So I restart my year every 6 months. So should you, right? Because we don't ever want to fall off all the way, right? You can slip up, you can trip, but you don't want to all the way fall down on ya. Okay, so let's get to it. First, we're going to start off by writing a to-do list of what we want to do. Okay, so these are weekdays, work days, okay, of what we want to do or need to do in that day. All right, so you want to include things like self-care, working out, moving your body. Okay, you want to include things like work and studying, bettering yourself or something, right? You want to include things like hobbies. You want to include just your overall everything that you would normally do in a day and what you want to do in a day, right? Now, I got my morning routine idea and this and that from looking at billionaires' lives, studying their morning routines or studying their schedules and seeing how they work these 16-hour days and this, that, and that. I was just like, what in the world? How can I structure my day to live like a millionaire, billionaire, or whatever the case may be, right? So that's what I did. So first we're going to write down everything we want to do during that day. Or, let's get started. Then we're going to write down from the time we wake up to the time we go to sleep, every hour, so that we can really see what we're working with. Okay, what time that we really have. Okay, then we want to make the schedule. We want to make the schedule, and we're going to plug in that to-do list to those hours, and we're going to find blocks of time where we can be productive, where we can get some work done, where we can work on our business or work in our business or whatever it is. We're going to find some time for whatever it is that you're trying to do. Okay, so we got these blocks. I found 6 hours of time during my day, Monday through Friday. 6 hours I found. So I have 4 blocks. I can do 4 different things. All right, so that's what I want to do. I don't want to do the same thing. I don't want to work on the same thing. I want to do 4 different things. Right, it helps my day go better. It helps because we don't want to do things for more than 2 hours at a time. Even at work, you work for 2 hours, you go on a break. You work for 2 hours, you go to lunch. You work for 2 hours, you go on a break. You work for 2 hours, you go home. Okay? So we don't want to work for more than 2 hours at a time. We don't want to overkill. Or, we don't want to become unhealthy in any type of way. We want to be balanced. So we're going to find those blocks, right? And then we're going to have to make or create what those blocks are going to be, right? So my blocks are working on my business, studying, and hobbies, right? And all of this leads to businesses, right? So I'm writing a book, a movie, and a TV series. All of those are eventually going to turn into income and more things. My business that I'm creating, obviously, it's going to be a business and create income. My studies are eventually going to turn into businesses. My hobbies are eventually going to turn into businesses, right? That's just the way that I operate. You don't have to operate in that manner, But that's just how I operate. Because I'm an American and everything here is business, baby. Everything. Even family. Crazy, isn't it? But we're going to figure out what those blocks are, right? And then the next step after this would be, we got our schedule. We're going to follow it, right? We're going to get it done. We know what our blocks are, right? Now we have to create some tasks for those blocks, right? So we're not going to just be like, oh, we're doing writing for block 1, or the business for block 2, studies for block 3, and hobbies for block 4. That's great. That's great. But we need an actual task. So if block 1 is writing, maybe I'm working on the book that day. Okay? And I need a specific task. Like, it's not going to just say book. Right? It's not going to say writing book. No. So it's going to be like, write the 5th chapter. Because I think that's what chapter I'm on. So write the 5th chapter. All right? Or edit the 4th chapter. And start the outline for the 5th. You know, like something. It's going to be a real task that I can complete within that block of time. 1 or 2 hours block of time. All right. So we're going to do those tasks. And we are going to create these tasks weekly. Because we don't want to create a whole month of tasks and then we end up like not even doing those or whatever, because life happens. Things change. So we're going to create it weekly. Right? So set a day aside. Maybe it's Monday. Maybe it's Friday. I don't know. Set a day aside. Maybe it's a weekend. Set a day aside and some time aside where you are journaling and you are able to create these tasks for yourself. And double back and check it. Do a weekly thing. Like, create that time. Right? So now when you're doing your schedule and you're doing your day, you're getting everything done. You're not overwhelmed. You're not overworked. You're not tired. You're thriving. You're operating at your highest self. Right? So now you have something to look forward to, something to live for, another reason why you have a plan and you're working the plan. You're setting goals and you're hitting them. Let's get to it, business bestie. Let's get to it. I know that you guys want to be my business bestie. I just know it. I know it. Okay, because I'm going to hold you accountable. Okay, and one thing I love to do, baby, is plan and organize. So we gonna plan it out and we gonna be organized doing it. Okay. We gonna make some progress. I'm gonna get you some results, baby. Okay. So go ahead and get in my DMs so you can become my business bestie. And let's get to it. Tell me if you did this. Tell me if you did this technique or whatever and you created a block schedule. Tell me if you were able to find time in your day and how much time. I found 6 hours. That's like a whole work shift, part-time. That's crazy. Okay, so I found 6 hours in my day. Let me know how many hours you found in your day, what your blocks are going to be. Let's connect. Let's hold each other accountable. Let's celebrate some wins together. Let's get it done. I'll see you in my DM.